So, any kind of things to release the component of the avalang, because avalang means the pulse of inina is just a compata of avala. Avala. In relation to avala, the skin type is a practice of knowing the Jinran, because in relation to Jeramon, the requisite of the voodoo is a nakata of a soto, because in that way, if there is a sakwang of knowing its own trasan, didikang tastitu is that the balanka is the nangan. So in that time, once there is a wala in relation to the third development of technical support based upon the Ensansan, the Plakasa of Doshon is the manuscript in relation to Obla, because the Obla is based upon the Apollo of 9 ground, 6 ground, 21 ground, and 2 Sija, the plexusum of Mertical. Mertical? Is that Mercury? No. Mertical based upon Merlin or Mertical? Or per MP or PM. So in the way that the anti-clock works is that the magnesium will actually be tacitist in relation to the obla tastan, because the obla tastan is the kandang of its own do you or do you la si ning, do you something. Anyway, Holmes' World, rechargeable battery. In relation to Holmes' World rechargeable battery, the detergent of our Delakan is that the percentage has been Vishanam in relation to our pearl layer, because our pearl layer is that the Myntix is the Magnakanai of Walla. My dad used to have these. So based upon these, my dad used to have them. But the confluence of knowing how to execute the transla, the position of the execute the transla based upon the witches of the craft is indicative of the inflow, because in this time the ringanang of alakala is that the clock song of the willow. Well, I had the original, I don't know who she is, but with the original statue that my mom gave me, I put it at the temple and it's gone. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. So, I don't know why this stopped clocking. You don't need a battery for this. Oops. Doesn't mean I have to, that's an alarm. That's plus, minus. I think this one just changes. Is it a clock? Oh, does this one. So does that mean I have to, instead of using battery? Oh. So how long does that last? I don't know. It's Clash of the Titan. So anyway, in relation to this mechanism, the Clash of the Titan is the kananam of the Vlekker law, because my dad used to glow in the blue one, because the blue one is just how these hands glow. But how these hands glow is that based upon the rechargeable of the solar and to Sisana. Oh, there you go. And the Sisana of the Maganam. Because how it glows is that it will actually in relation to 30° and 25°. But this is plastic. So photographer, if you go like this without the magnifying glass, you can actually see normal lights. And when you see normal lights, you can angle it in relation to your, things, whatever you want to do. So in that way, based upon the glow prong, the magnegnanam will actually be re-formed. Is that Omega? No, this is Geneoa. So based upon the nickname of law, oh, ages ago I went to Chaston and there was an Omega shop, and I want one, but it's like 13,000. Oh. But anyway, in relation to the anti-clock handle based upon the magnagnum, the prerequisite of the Clash of the Titan is that the receivable degree is 39, 26, and 48 in relation to anti-clock. So in relation to anti-clock, who actually made these back in the old days to know our timeline before we grow? Don't know. I don't know as yet. Things will come around. Yeah. Things will come around because who come up with this fresh idea in relation to developing the anti-sham? Because the anti-sham or something, first word, is a ulululu of clocks. I used to see a lot of glow stuff in here like 12, 6, 3, 9, that's all. So that's a long time ago when I was young. So when the handle moves, you kind of know what time it is anyway, because 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 p.m., 9 p.m. And in that way, when it rotates, it glows. So at night, there was no like, LED lights and stuff, it's just old stuff. So it just shows you where. So the pelicacy in relation to the Prankson of the Parama is that the glowworm will equal the 1O, because in that way the glowworm will actually be onogonum in relation to the Dvala, because the anti-clock, which one's clockwise? This way? An anti-clock? So in this way, and Tesham, like that, sometimes, but nickname of our own sun. How does the moon line up? Eclipse is different in relation to our minison of Messiah, because the eclipse actually method, because I remember the eclipse, it's kind of like, that's the moon, and it's like that. Isn't there 5? Oh, beautiful, isn't it? So in that way, when we clock the syntonym of the sun, the moon, the earth, it flukung. Sort of like this. Until it can go like that. I used to see documentary like that a long, long time ago. So when, the sun, the moon, earth, the solar system, goes like that, but the planet goes the opposite. It does. So how does the sun go like this right? And then our planet Earth goes like that. Does it? Or it does a little bit, but it stops. Or it goes the Apollo. So kind of like this. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about this until we get parts. Great. So Jupiter, star, sun, Mars, orbit, so when it orbit into this way, Mars will go like this, and then Pluto, Mingint, Mingint, how do I spell that? Mingint, Mingint, planet star, review, text data, text data, text data, done, text data. So in this way, when it orbits into the solar energy, it represents our solar. Because within our solar, when it travels into the agate of our sun, because Grant Eaton and Ray, when I first came out, didn't I show you how my hand moved? It's the original statue of Buddha. Yeah. It's Papa and Galicia that showed me the shell and the last thing. Oh. And someone, I don't know, 3 fingers like that long, go over my head, and just like into something. I don't know. Just hello, you know. So anyway, in this way, oh, I was looking for these, but I can't find any. But never look. Never look. You know, like we do work, we always want to be motivated and stuff like that. So when we are motivated, it's good for us. But later on, we do whatever we like, and then just when we go shopping or collecting parts, never look, because otherwise it won't appear. But anyway, so Pluto. I don't know much of this, but anyway, prism of confirm. Confirm. That's not confirm. Oh yeah. No. Okay. Mẹ mai mốt cháu nói nghe. Tại vì mấy cái này sao Việt Nam được? Tại vì Phật có travel ở đó. My mom used to teach me a lot about Buddhism. There you go. Evatakam. So, digitally, how does an insect become breakthrough into a ability of a? Well, in relation to, I can't even pronounce it. Reptile, when you don't have bones, what does that mean? And then the other one starts with APOLE or something starts with A. Do you know walk around Oxford Street and I said something so oh, whatever. Anyway, there you go, Michael Thorne. Fish, Asasi. I couldn't draw it back then when I was just writing in my Evernote because I wasn't wide awake to fix it. Now it's fixed the cognitive. Thank you, Dr. Sandra. So anyway, Fang, one word. Yep, Fang, data, and up. That's not how you spell it, but anyway. X, 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 X. Hypertron, Hypertron, sort of. But anyway, in this one, the that's Pluto, that's Jupiter, Mars. That's all I can do at the moment for Jupiter, Pluto, Mars, and where is our moon and the planet? Okay. Over exit shar grammar bones tassel sec lizard. I never know. So in this way, based upon the one where my tank is with Eve, why I never know. I never know because I don't know where the lizard come from, and I don't know where um, Bowen come from, because in that way I don't know where the Timberlake come from in relation to the dissident of non-Patakatan, because the pine in relation to the excitant is that our Jupiter will work in relation to the Dragonon, because if we use the electrocon of the droid, it will be the Nikene. So in that time, the Nakasan of Rala is a Shohei. So the Shohei is based upon the Bikini of the Akata, because its own valuation is that the Blackason of the Clash of the Python also is based upon the Sankanon of our law, and to indicate where we will review the television in relation to the digital conference. Because in relation to the digital conference, the manufacturing degree is the amount of shasha, and to position itself into the textitan, because yx grid dalla ball x x x 5 x x x 5 that the correction of its own sun is that how come do I have two sun? What is it? Where's the sun? The sun is here. Jupiter, Arbitron. Oh, where are the two sun? Okay, sun. So in this way, when we can orchestron the Nikonon of our law, the infralam of the technology will conference into the manuscript by its own digiton. Because did I put it there? Wait a minute. I used to like this a lot. I don't know what you call it, spinal or whatever. Not spinal, but just things like this. Oops. Okay. So in the development of the CDOS, the next technology will be the math condition of the equa, and to position itself into that, I don't know what you call it, I just call it spinal. So in that way, with the liquidation of our skeleton, the magnetic of our resource is that the build of the human is that we will validation the delicacy of law and intuition of the Mankana. Because in the manner of time, once we provision the Ikishi, we will redevelop the Amnana in relation to Amodra, and also to Palakasi, the Transla, in relation to the third development of Ambelong. Well, the vector graphics based upon the transition of the order is that the two dimension based upon of vector graphics is that Australia in front, been with you for long time. So in that way, once we can know the HBC1 and HB cell 4, we will also necessitate the noganam of law. So in that way, the blockation of our transistent is the noganam of one of the register. So, guy reads, I don't know anything about this. You do electricity, but Xeon, isn't it God? I think so. So anyway, star sun, rush, Justin Malik. Is that ammo or emerald? Expensive. Ash, Flixie, Flixie, don't know how to spell Flixie. So in this way, the location of our dimension. Oh, no, not yet. Take me ages, my friends. A long time. I live in the digital world. Yes, and I love learning. I do. So anyway, the undertone of the artificial intelligence is that the nickname of our own Vala is its own valuation. So, Calozino. So anyway, back in the old days, didn't Y2K work or started? I don't know. So in this way, 2, 2, 6, 1. So in 2, 2, 6, 1. Is this Vietnamese? Oh, don't know. Later, the mechanism of the matrix. So the 54, 26, 32, and 41 is based upon our Jaguar to perform the CNUT, because the CNUT is based upon the Clarkson. Sorry, I don't swear, but so in relation to CNUT, the Dickinson of our Nagana is that the blockchain of our dottY is that the key is no, don't know. It's just one of the way that the elephant will skin hard in relation to its line, but within the lines, does it showcase the own skin in relation to winter, swimming in the mud, or becomes wrinkle of us, like I said. So in that way, the development of Mendet is 66 PC. Order 10, C chart. You are there. Flexible. So in this way, the flexible diphthong is that the mechanism of our law is an indication of our Jupiter, because in relation to Jupiter, the dichotomy of Spock is determined, because in relation to Spock, the high legacy of our own PhD, the value of our own higher, it's what? Don't know. It's just a click on of our. So in that way, based upon breast cancer, where does it come from? in relation to human. So in relation to human, the gestation of our own gas or whatever parts, that's normal. Our own gas, it is the correction of our law to practicing perception and the violation. So in that way, the ecstasy based upon the transition will actually register the compound of Dala Dasan, because Dala Dasan is the nickname of do da da, 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 do. They all approx. So Pluto. In Pluto, the lesson of our second is that in Pluto, the map geophone the sun sound in relation to the accountant and to develop the amnana. Because in this way, the next toxation is that when it maps through the citizen, the law will integrate the third amount of data the technology will position into the snail trail and to perform the next toxation. Because this time, that time, it will show on the dasata of our nose and to perform the lignan. So this map will decouple into the GMAC, because in that time the anti-clock is just a decision of our magnanimity, because our magnanimity is based upon our fluctuation of merchant for the fox in Titan, because for the fox in Titan the next division is the Nogototon of the sea dog, because within that time the Takoton of Sovalon sketch transpo 28 56 1 1. So in this way, please the dignity of your own animal, we will transit into the operation of our law and to empathy the non-toxin of So, dear Golu, did you know the Nakasan will arrive? In a matter of time, the decision of our distant is the question of our. So within that way, the external of is a scratch through of Alakam, because our alliance is based upon our question. So Val, VAL, disk 6, partition 10, sick 11. So in this way, alligator, the definition of our economy is that the alligator will doctor song the British song. The citizen of the water drop OP. Cis Honex. pla borderline. So God robot in relation to borderline. How do we know that the gate will open in relation to the... So in that time, if we can review the location in relation to our placacy, we will pin out the data of the third cosine in relation to our digison, because in relation to our digison, first word is the cataton of our law in relation to the refusion of fuse, fuse. So in that way, if there is a cataton of our illegal cataton, the percentages of our indication will be 9 plus 2 shar, 9, 10, 11. So in that way is 12, 6, 4, 3 higher, level 10, air, air, air. So in that way, our application of our Duchamp, we will review the next Parkinson, because based upon Arnold Schwarzenegger, the delicacies of our law is that the percentages of our own United Nations will re-perform the Lacasson of Duchamp, because in that way, if we can't value the Valhalla of the violin, then the second of the color sum will be thesis in the Jumputon. So workway, speed, shortboard, long nap, difficult. So Japs, we're not there yet. So anyway, in relation to the next PL in relation to Pluto, the detection of SY31 and SY34 is just, please, PSY. So in that way, Codex in relation to Leonardo, how does one of these things, the illegal of Ilu, but Clash of a Titan, the division of the Malini, do you know how the clock works in our time? The relation of this is that the nokonton of form with a gay. So the star sun is the nokonon in the Ilikoko, because the star sun is based upon the superstrong of trans. Value 6, 10, 1, short. Cookies. So in this way, when we consider in relation to our verification, the allocation of a 30 show is that the development of the third amount is to confront in relation to the Gesanon, because based upon our way, the Nikonon of allegedly that the solar system will focus on the theta, because in that way, if we teleport into the Telava, we will dottY into the wiki to perform a theta, because the dottY, the key access in relation to the system dottY that my brother Kung would not know the dottY. So within this way is an abnormal. But our galaxy is air that we do not, we can feel, of course, the wind. Oh. So in that way, we can feel the wind. But what air is the wind in relation to the hextella? No, later, ages, in relation to the nicotine of our rophon. Because in that way, if we can develop the amount of the electricity, we will regulate the amount. Because the shotton is the gihini. The that's one ninangasa. Dundundinto nisho. Tatlakos tanshino. And guduhu kadle. Dishonda sante kandatata. Dishonda kalakata. Didn't know what to say. So, sort of. So who come up with battery after a while, after the clock? Don't know. So in relation to our third of the reverse mirror by the television, the Guardia will Palakasan in relation to our 30-way, 26-way, and 42-way in relation to anti-Kristasan of Loco. Because in that way, the behavior of knowing how to achieve the manifestation of Purga, the gate is. So, the efficacy of the nun is a roid. Why roid? The system of roid is that the end is my dad's clock. So in that way, is the minimum of the Magnasanan by the Falakashu of Sim Takatan mathematics. So within the automatic, when we have a gear to run, then a further production of the coxswain is the left handle of the ladle, because in this way, the nogonon of the veliki will press. Sunshine, Templar, life, bead, ink, Okay. Dira katsan danana. Dulakoto food shisho. Bila kare kete tata. Dilakato tetsin tetsin namanga. Dilakato te kotkete te kata. Dirakasan nakatasan nakatay. Toro. Balakata kato tetsin nakatisan nakatala. Joshua. Dilakapo. Dilakasan tetsin Joshua nakatatsin nakatasa. Dabakay. Dirani sanakatarsin nakatakatarsin nakatata. Bila kare katsin nakatakasin nakata. Dilakusan tetsin tetsin. Oops. What's that?